It made sense to me. Why did it make sense to me?
It made sense to me. That's why I said it.
That's how it is. Here we go. Once upon a groove on an old soul tune. I watch the pin move to shape the break roots. Who makes moves, maneuver in the right direction? The rest of you get left behind and messed up in the session. I'm not trying to make a difference. Maybe some pocket change.
Welcome to Drunkcast Live.
Yeah.
Episode 176. Still in Austin, Texas. It's all Don Stefa. Waiting for the train to go by. Waiting for Vegas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're doing that soon.
Vegas is going to happen.
I'm Travis.
Hi, I'm Dylan.
We're a podcast that takes place in bars and restaurants. We like to have public-facing time with interesting people and talk about things that happen over the week. And I think we have a pretty good time of it.
Usually.
So far, 174 times, I'd say. Two episodes were my least favorite.
Just no fun.
Oh.
Absolutely no fun at all.
And
You can guess which one it is.
yeah, I will send you $10,000. But yeah, we like to hang
Tell
out.
us which one is your least favorite.
Yeah, and if you're wrong, you owe us $10,000. I'm sorry.
That's right.
That's the rules.
I think that's fair.
It's the law.
It's in the Quran.
Yeah. If you've listened this far, you kind of owe us.
That's true. Please, we're so in the red. We have Adam McWaters over here on my left hand side, hanging out with us. We have Dylan Canfield over here on the other side. Canfield.
.com?
Canfield.
Billy.com.
Billy.com.
You gotta choose one, man. You gotta say so. Billy or Canfield.
I'm going to say other Dylan. No,
You don't-
okay, I'll grab Canfield.
Fucking damn it.
Come on.
We call him .com.
2 out of 2. When 2 out of 2 agree, it's like science.
I'm not agreeing with you this time.
Fuck.
You're out.
Save that for the
You are
third
out.
segment, guys.
God.
All right, so Billy,
Yes, sir.
thank you for coming to hang out. And of course, in our audience, we have one of our favorite people in the whole world. We have Greg Lockwood. We love him, and he hates us right now for some reason.
He's been
He's so mad.
Yeah.
He's so mad because we're obviously not listening to really good music.
Well, because when we got here, Billy was really upset. And I guess he probably cast some Billy.com spell, and now Greg is really upset.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have spells?
I wouldn't put it past you,
Oh,
buddy.
that is awesome.
Oh, that is news.
So we're still hanging out in Austin, Texas, like I said. This is after a long day of something called the Pecan Street Festival, which is a local festival with a lot of street food and silly, weird shit.
It's an excuse for...
Did you find red velvet funnel cake?
No, they don't have that thing here.
I didn't think they would.
No.
They should.
No, we're not fancy enough for that.
Probably.
No.
I don't know.
But at the same time, surprisingly at the same time, DreamHack came to the United States. And DreamHack is the Guinness Book World Record largest video game and LAN convention in the entire world. I had
Just
no idea what it
not
was. And a friend of the show, I guess, Ron Workman, kept telling me about DreamHack. He's like, DreamHack's coming. I was like, or I was,
Oh, that's why he's in town. Huh?
Yeah.
Not to see us.
I saw the video
Not to
games.
see your old friend. No,
Oh
he's-
no, we're not friends like that. He doesn't just show up for that. You know, this isn't Vegas. There's nothing to do here. You know?
We're not old.
But yeah, DreamHack's in town, and no one really was prepared for it. Even Andrea, our friend of the show, who works at Jackalope downtown, right next to the convention center, she had no idea the DreamHack was in town. With thousands of people, nerds, you know. And yeah, so there's been a lot of that going on today.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, downtown is basically just a fucked to death pile of burning caca.
It is.
I was going to
It
say, so there's the festival, which is always closes the streets down,
Yes.
and there's a bunch of people in
Yeah,
there. Then
yeah.
they have a giant convention at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome
That's
to-
where Jesse's
welcome to
working.
Austin.
There's also apparently a conference for American football, soccer players, or soccer lovers, or whatever they're called. Soccer aficionados. It's not downtown, but it's also just another one of the conventions. And the O. Henry Pun-Off was today, right next to the convention center, where a bunch of nerds did not even understand what was going on.
Well, there actually is the O. Henry House right there.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah. Previously, I don't remember it being there, but goddamn,
It's been there for like 100-something years.
well, no, I mean, I don't remember the actual Pun-Off being right there. I've never actually been to it. I've only seen it on TV, on Community Access, where everyone's very bored.
Which is funny to me because my landlord, the person who owns the house that I live in,
Sure.
goes there every day and sits there and no one comes in.
Oh, she works at the O. Henry House.
No, he works there.
He works at the
Yeah.
O. Henry House, is
And
what I said.
I have been there. I've shown up.
Sure.
And every time I show up, it's him sitting in the corner and no one else in the house.
Eating a plain bologna sandwich.
Just wishing there was mayonnaise somewhere in that whole house.
It's a historic representation of
What Austin was.
Texas
Sure,
in another age, but
Sure.
he's the only one there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
So that's going on. Everything's going on at the same time.
Mumbling
and-
to himself.
History.
I'm the
Yeah,
only
history.
one left.
Yeah. So that was crazy.
So I guess we're getting closer and closer to the thing we've been joking about for years, that eventually every single weekend in Austin will have something going on.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah, the opposite will be. We have the final weekend where everyone has a party where there's nothing to do.
Right.
Because like if
Which is why it's important to go vote.
if you're listening to this and you've ever actually been to South by or like ACL Fest or Fun Fest, I guarantee you there's a party after you've left.
Oh, especially for the service industry
Yes,
folk
yes.
who are happy you are gone.
Happy you're gone. And I hate to rip off that Band-Aid that quickly, but the truth is, we want you to not be here. I mean, we want your money.
We want you to enjoy our town for a couple days,
Right.
and leave
Right.
your money on the dresser and get the hell out of here.
And get the fuck out of here. So it'd actually be easier if you go to drunkcastlive.com/donate and just send the money that you would be spending in our town anyway, and we'll give it to Greg Abbott because we're friends. Well, I'll give it to Greg, and yeah, we'll give it.
I would tell Greg I would get fucked.
You have to wear a special outfit when we do that, though.
Yeah.
A handicap accessible outfit.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to donate twice as much, we will videotape this, and then 3 times as much we'll get him out of jail for doing it. Yeah,
Yeah, I think we need at least 3 or 4 times as much so we can pay the legal fees too.
sure. Well, because that's like what, like a hate crime because he's in a wheelchair or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe that technically.
There's
would be.
actually it's in the Geneva Convention.
God damn it! Who's Geneva? Why was she so conventional?
I've always hated that bitch. I mean,
Thank you,
just
Tony.
from
I think
from
Canfield.
an outside standpoint.
Why did she
yeah.
get her own con? I don't understand.
And so I had no idea really what DreamHack was going to be like. We walked through, got the press pass or whatever, walked up to the front. Like I see a LAN thing going on. I see some games going on. And then we walked to the Counter-Strike section, which is literally like, it's just an FPS. It's like a shallow FPS to me. Like it's team-based, it's like with 8 people per team or whatever, running around, the same maps over and over again. Counter-terrorist versus terrorist, whatever. Like I played those games and like, oh, this is cool. And then we turned the corner. Like I even asked the guy who got me the press pass, Ron. I'm like, you said something about a Bud Light booth that might have free beers, and Greg and I were both like, well, it wasn't free beers, but it turns out. But we were like, well, Bud Light or not, like free blank is good. And
Free blank and free base are 2 different things.
Oh no, sure. Well, freebase, you need a chef. I have a whole tirade about that. But anyway, so like we walk to the back corner of the convention center on the 2nd or 3rd floor, or whatever it is, and we just turn that corner, and all of a sudden, nerds,
Wall of
a wall of fucking nerds, and like honestly, like in like stands, like huge throws of people freaking out about it, cameras floating through the screens. And just a lot of money. And then there's the Bud Light space because it's sponsored by Bud Light. A video game e-sport convention sponsored by Bud Light.
So this is teams of people
Yes.
playing against each other.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Bud Light.
Well, by $6 Bud Lights, which is $2 cheaper than a strip club sells them. But
That is true.
yeah.
Nothing is cheaper than a strip club.
I think you mean the reverse of that.
There are lots of things that are
I've
cheaper.
spent money on bubble gum, and nothing is cheaper than a strip club.
I think you're still on the opposite side of that, but yeah. Or it's a joke I don't get yet. Maybe
Exactly.
when
Exactly.
in 10 years.
Maybe segment 2 we'll
Okay, sure.
get the
We'll
punchline.
unpack that. Yeah.
It will have settled in and made a nice little home.
It's a slow burn. We're just waiting.
And it's not like I wasn't trying to get multiple gumballs.
That's a different part of the strip club story, apparently. So.
Yes.
There are layers to this tale.
Mr. and Mrs. Gumballs.
DuckTales.
Woo woo.
Too soon.
It was a long day. It was a long day of really kind of flitting in and out and seeing what's going on and trying to eat food. All I wanted was turkey leg and to spend the rest of my day at Jackalope until I went home and went to sleep. And Canfield convinced me not to go to sleep. So, yeah.
So did you go back and forth between the 2 things, or you spend some time at one then the other?
Back and forth, yeah.
You went back and
think
forth
so.
between the spectacle of
I've
families
played
eating
Magic.
large meat sticks
Yes.
and nerds playing first-person shooters.
Yes, nerds sitting and doing that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's fascinating to me though. Like that's a next step of something we're not privy to yet. You know, I'm fascinated by it. And someday, when there are bosses, just kidding.
Your numbers were strong. I was confident in your deck.
Thank you.
Magic.
Yes. There was a Michael Scott kind of reference to that, like Magic the Gathering reference. Yeah. Blue Ferguson. Let's take our first break. We'll come back with more Drunk Tank.
Wipe the dust off the canvas and wait till we break.
Mom, how have you existed this long so short-sighted?
Yeah.
Deep groove, and the night's new. What a feeling, what a nice mood. A bam, boom, rock. We're here to rock you. It's like, yeah, what-
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Segment 2, the Double Dose.
Yay.
Still hanging out in Don's Depot. Still hanging out with Dylan. Still hanging out with Canfield. Still hanging out with Adam. Still hanging out with Greg.
I think you guys are going to fall asleep after all that barbecue.
Purposely did not eat as much as I wanted to. But yeah, the
It's about
tryptophan.
willpower.
The tryptophan's in my spine right now. Once it gets to my brain, the show's over. So can't wait to sleep. Anyway, so
That shit is good.
Segment 2.
So yeah, during the break, you guys had barbecue, and you got it from Cooper's?
Yeah, Cooper's barbecue.
Good old Coopers.
Learned about Cooper's a long time ago, 20, 30 minutes.
In the before times.
Yeah, before times.
Long time.
It's a place in Llano, and it was really good.
We
Really,
went
really-
there. Yeah.
yeah.
We went on a barbecue journey
Yeah.
to Llano, and we went to Cooper's, and it was magical.
Now, is Cooper's the one that was like started by a former employee or something from Black's Barbecue?
Aren't they all?
Oh, yeah, it feels like everyone's
Valley?
just yeah.
It's just a big barbecue
Smitty's,
incest.
Blacks,
That's
Kreuz's,
mess.
Like, which family are we talking about?
Well, Bleed.com knows. You're the barbecue.
Literally,
Snob.
like
Legendary.
Lockhart is the city, but they're all from the same family, and any barbecue place you go to, it's. Sorry,
It's one of them. huh?
Microphone. Any barbecue place you go to is a part of the same family.
Well, I thought there was one like kind of schism where they left to like, I'm gonna screw you. I'm gonna start my own barbecue using the same family recipe.
Yeah.
Blacks and Smitty's is
okay.
the main.
All right.
Right.
So it was one of those that split off, and
It was the war of the two families.
Yeah.
The Five Kings.
Keep an eye out for the mini series.
the Five Kings. That'd be House of Brisket,
yes.
House Turkey Leg.
Yeah, I go to Lockhart and I'm like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Which place does Arya eat? Because that's where I want to go.
Spoilers, dude.
No spoilers. Like if Arya's still alive and she's eating barbecue, I mean, it's
We're
the
in
same
uncharted
place.
territory now.
All right.
Tread
Wow.
carefully.
But yeah, so people who listen to the show, I'm sure they're familiar with Franklin Barbecue, the Austin.
Yeah.
Let's go with. I'm going to go with staple in marketing only.
Actually, I think recently, semi-recently, it was considered the best barbecue in the United States.
But no one can actually eat it because they can't get any. But-
Yep.
Right.
So
Yeah. Which is why it's so good.
Franklin again?
Yes, the number of Franklin.
Yeah, the letter Franklin.
Not impressed.
Billy.com, you were saying you actually do not prefer Franklin over other barbecues.
It's funny to me because just down the street from Franklin, I'm talking blocks, you can go to Micklethwaite and get amazing barbecue.
I've heard a lot of things about Nickel.
And you might
Without a
stand,
4-hour line.
you might stand in a mini line, but you're going to talk to the people who prepared your food, and the price is reasonable, especially for Austin barbecue.
Yeah.
Because people are like, I don't know whether to call it La Barbecue or LA Barbecue.
I think La Barbecue is right.
Super overpriced.
Sure.
Delicious. I'll give them delicious.
Yeah.
Any time of the day, but
And they're thankful for that.
super long line, minimal portions, way overpriced. And you,
Hold on. You stop right there. There's no such thing as barbecue in minimal fucking portions.
Yeah.
What is this?
I agree.
Right.
South
entirely.
Carolina? Fuck you.
Right.
This is Texas, bitch.
Right.
Barbecue is
right.
pilot the fuck on.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I want from barbecue.
Yeah.
God. So that place is out. Fuck that place.
It's not like cocaine. It shouldn't be like cocaine where you're like, no, that's more. You need to give me. That's not a pound. Like all of a sudden, everyone's an expert when it comes to cocaine. When someone's cutting a line in half, you're like, no, I know for a fact that's less than an ounce, and I pay for a fucking ounce. Your fucking brisket.
It's the same way with brisket. Yeah.
Very true.
I mean, it still should be in pounds, you know. Like I got cabrito. The cabrito was $25 a pound, and like I've never actually had goat from a barbecue place. Like from Cooper's, actually, I've been to all the Coopers, except for the one in Fort Worth. But whatever. And it was good. But
Yes.
I don't know if I got ripped off from that. Like,
Cooper's was the place that Obama had like cater privately, right?
did he?
A couple months, like 2 years ago.
I thought it was Franklin's. He cut in line in Franklin's.
No.
But then he paid for everyone around him.
No, I thought it was a like private event. But it was actually like in Fort Worth or something.
Oh.
But they actually had
Okay.
Cooper's prepare it. And
It might be Cooper's because they did stretch all the way to Fort Worth. So yeah.
anyway.
That's
I
how good
feel
it
like
is.
if
So
if
it's
you
good,
got
is
to
what you're saying.
ride the goat before you get to eat it, like that's the entire experience.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ride the goat. This is your
Name
meal.
the goat, ride the goat, slay the goat.
A little bit of Douglas
Sure.
Adams, like meet the meat.
Sure. Bring a towel. Yeah.
Always bring a towel.
I'm sad about La Barbecue actually because what I hear is that's the next best thing to
It's-
Franklin's or whatever.
I will easily admit, it's delicious.
Okay.
I think it's overpriced, and you have to wait forever. Like, as far as an Austin experience is concerned, I'd go to Friedman's. I'd go to Micklethwaite. There are several places I would go before La Barbecue.
Rudy's.
Rude.
Just for the glare.
Rude.
I was just hoping for the glare.
Rude, sir.
Rudy's has always scared me.
Bill Miller, right? Everyone loves Bill Miller, right?
I've never set foot in the Rudy's, mainly because they're also a gas station.
Well, I've always liked.
Good point. Good point.
If you've never been to Rudy's, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things I like about Rudy's is the cheeky side of things, where their employees are the least paid employees in the world, the least best barbecue, the worst barbecue in
Yeah.
Texas or whatever. Like, I've always appreciated that piece. If you're unfortunate enough to actually say to the people that this is your first time, like there's a huge, weird hullabaloo of it. There's cameras everywhere, like chunks of cheese you can buy. It's just everything about it's like it's kind of like a Disney World of barbecue, and it works in a pinch. Great sides,
Yeah.
the huge sides, best sides.
Well,
I mean, come on.
Just
It
tremendous
is a small world, after all.
sides. But my friends say they're the best sides, and they're very smart people.
And I believe them because they're smart people. Yeah.
Believe me, they're beautiful.
They've lived in Texas their whole life.
I do appreciate Rudy's brisket breakfast tacos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because basically it's all the leftover chopped meat's been sitting in fat all night long. And you
Yep.
put it into
Which
a
is
tortilla.
not a problem.
Not a
No.
problem.
It's really, really good.
Yeah. In moderation.
Yeah, it's like one, and if you have two, you're going to like hurt for hours.
Yeah. Half rounders.
Yes. It's a half rounder, sorry. On the scale of rounders. It's one slice.
Just one slice. Yeah. We should. What a very obnoxious and inscrutable way of rating barbecue.
Yes, I give this 2 slices.
Yeah, 2 slices of Rounders pizza. There's only one Rounders pizza in the entire world. It's like 1.5 breadsticks from Rounders.
That's why it's our unique patent system.
Yes,
Compared to barbecue.
you know we're sincere because we don't make any sense.
Value added rating system.
Copyright, drunk ass. Bars.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Bitcoins, pepperoni.
It made sense to me. Why did it make sense to me?
It made sense to me. That's
I mean,
why I said it.
Yeah,
We got to stop this right now and get this off the ground, boys.
yeah. Until LA hears us. We sell bits of pepperoni to people, trade them back and forth. A digital currency, like cryptocurrency. No.
It's very secure.
I mean, how many salami is in a pepperoni? Because Italian meats. I mean, we have to go straight to Italian meats. I mean, they need all the help they can get.
Wasn't salami different than pepperoni?
It's just Italian meat, you know. Well, it's also offensive to say the same thing, you know.
Yes, that would
Yeah,
be offensive.
yeah.
I give you no slices, sir.
Aw.
Dang, harsh.
Drunk ass bit me back.
Good times.
What a weekend.
So that's the food segment.
Yes. Yeah. We like our food.
Well, yeah.
Who doesn't like food?
People from the South, apparently, because they're like pork only. Fuck you.
Vinegar-based sauce.
Fuck.
I can appreciate a vinegar-based sauce.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry.
Into that.
Well,
I can,
yeah.
Sorry,
I can,
not sorry.
I can appreciate it, but usually they're terrible.
Well, I mean, it's also like aioli is pretty
That
cool,
sauce
but aioli is
not terrible.
barbecue. You know, like. And come up to me with some lasagna and say, "Hey, I made a pizza." No, fuck you. Get your pork away from my barbecue. I'm sorry.
I think pork has a place in barbecue.
It does.
But the war really, the barbecue wars, like, for example, between North Carolina and Texas,
Yes, which have been long.
They only consider barbecue pork products.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't do anything with cow.
Yeah.
And we do.
Yeah,
We do excellent
We'll
things with
barbecue it
cow.
all.
Actually,
you guys just ate barbecue goat.
a couple years ago, yeah.
Yeah, we will barbecue anything.
A couple years ago, we had a guy on the show named Michael Cahill, right? Michael Hill, excellent dude, love that guy. And we at one point tried to have a feud about barbecue. Which, when I say tried, he tried and I won, because we were talking about barbecue and he shows me the Wikipedia page. Like a barbecue, look how big this chunk of North Carolina barbecue is. And I was like, oh, look at that! It's a link to an entire wiki page about Texas barbecue, motherfucker. Whole
Look how
fucking
big
page.
that part is.
Yeah. Which actually brings me to wiki groaning. Adam, do you know about wiki groaning?
I've not heard of this.
Wiki groaning. Okay, wiki groaning is when you take two things, one thing that's fictional and one thing that's not fictional. Something that's important, like the number of animals on the planet versus the number of Pokemon, and you compare that the Pokemon article is 17 times larger. Like the guy who runs Steam or Valve. What's his name?
Gabe Newell.
Newell. No, yeah. Is a very long article, and it's like twice as long as God. Like, and it's a wiki groaning, like, oh yes, there's people here who really care about video games more than they care about literature. You know, like it makes me laugh. Yeah. So sorry.
No, it's
not to discredit our barbecue talk.
I've learned something today.
You made me feel like I was playing Animal Crossing and there was barbecue available.
That raccoon will take your barbecue. I will tell you this right now.
I planted so many orange trees and there was no barbecue. I was at the shore fishing and no barbecue.
For those uninitiated, the Animal Crossing series literally starts off like, for some reason, the narrative is you start off the game and you're a character who you owe back rent for your house. It's like $17 billion or
Some
something.
fucking raccoon.
Yeah, some raccoon's
Thanks,
like
Nintendo.
right, and like so now you have to go plant. You have to not only afford to live your own life, but also pay him back all these back taxes for whatever. And if you disappear
For the
from
sins
those
of
games,
your father.
for your sins of your fathers, yeah. Which,
Working
you know,
for the company store.
That's right.
yeah. That's why I'm voting Libertarian this year.
Thanks, Ross Perot.
Right. Let's take another break. We'll come back and do some more show.
Dusty bricks, bitters, mix, bitter cats, split bricks.
Yeah, speaking of strip clubs.
Where I'm going on this fortified train, slowly sewing my name on the quilted bricks. Wipe the dust off the canvas and wait till we break.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Segment 3 of the Fighting Drink. We're hanging at Don Zeppo still. Got 16 minutes on the clock. That's Behind the Veil. We're talking about raccoons and possums. And barbecue. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about the same, right?
Well, once you throw away everything after you've eaten a lot of barbecue, put it in the trash, and the raccoons come.
And then you eat the raccoon and you have the barbecue again.
Oh, raccoons are part of the North Carolina barbecue.
North Carolina barbecue food chain.
Yeah.
Ecosystem. So what is the most disgusting, quote unquote, disgusting food you've had that you actually enjoyed? Like a thing that's not civilized to eat,
Well,
like
yeah.
like like possum or like raccoon, or like you found out you ate alligator and like you live in DC
Okay,
where there's no alligators or whatever it is. You know?
Alligator's delicious, man.
Yeah, alligator's great, but I'm looking for the example of like a snapping turtle or frog legs might be a thing for you. You know, have you ever eaten something that your family cooked for you and said, "Oh, what was that? Oh, it was dresser." Huh, okay. Or is it? Are you guys lucky? Is that what
Well,
you're saying?
during the Depression, there's a lot of string and newspaper for dinner, but that was
Well, I mean, was it
that was normal.
Was it locally sourced? Was it open range?
If we were lucky, yeah.
Free range, excuse me.
$8. Yeah, you have newspaper we can get. Whatever we can find in the streets.
Extra.
I'm hungry.
How much extra?
So you guys have never had a situation where someone's like, "Oh, that was this." It's just like
I can't think of anything
fruit
offhand.
meatloaf or something.
I
Like
would
not
have
even just in a particular animal, but like something like
Yeah.
you never thought you would enjoy, but like if you heard it on the page, you say, "Nope, nope."
I'd have to say Japan was my adventure mode for food.
Sure, yeah.
The chicken feet. I ate what translated on the menu, their English menu, chicken pileup.
Chicken pile up.
Chicken pileup. That was the literal translation on the menu.
I don't know,
mean-
anything that starts off sounding like a car accident.
They just
I'm just gonna kind of go no.
They just run. They run a bunch of chickens into each other. And then there's the end result.
chicken pilopuru.
I went for it. The chicken pileup. I was feeling adventurous. It was Japan, and it was basically every edible part of the chicken on a skewer, served
Beaks,
individually.
feet.
Like, here's your skewer of thing and
Okay.
skewer of thing.
Yeah.
The feet. You and I have talked about the feet before. It's,
Yeah,
it's kind of a weird.
Chicken feet are weird too because
It's
like
weird.
specifically because you think that they're one piece of like or maybe even four pieces. Like you have the thing and then you have three toes.
I only use them for voodoo, but
Okay, so you know that they're very individual pieces, like very small chunks that like. So I've had a dim sum form, and
Yep.
like you think like, well, I'm just gonna strip it off, like a like a rip it off of the bone and not eat the bone, but like everything falls apart. It's like eating like non-chewable chiclets that are covered in jelly meat. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
It's a very weird situation.
Flavor good.
Chiclet is
Texture
is a very good
Yeah.
analogy.
less than desirable.
huh?
And you got to spell out the little knuckle bones. You could easily accidentally swallow those.
And I had an entire skewer of cartilage.
To make sure that's clear, like when he says knuckle bones, we think knuckles as like maybe there's 2 or 3 knuckles per bone. Like no, every single chunk of that, like every quarter inch is a knuckle.
Has some absurd cartoonish tiny bone in it.
Cartilage.
Yeah. And so it's gross and
So,
good.
So you had the chicken feet and you enjoyed it.
I had the entire pile up,
It-
and I was feeling bold. Like I'm in another country. I'm like,
Yeah.
bring the thing.
Sure.
What does the menu say? Chicken pile up. Okay, yeah. Like I'll order that. And literally, it was the entire chicken, but
Piled up.
Piled up on a plate. Yeah.
different skewers. I'm proud of myself because I ate every skewer that was provided to me.
That's what you should do. Yeah.
Some of it was disgusting.
Sure.
But to Travis's question, there was a piece that you said, "Oh, that was actually surprisingly decent," or "I liked that. I didn't think I would like that."
Right.
I'd have to say that the cartilage, and I have no idea what the Japanese translation was for cartilage.
Cartilage, I think is what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was surprisingly
racist.
good. Like everything, actually, many dishes I ate in Japan were texturally challenging.
Yeah.
Flavor-wise, delicious. Texturally,
Yeah, I'd have a huge problem with that.
They have a cheesecake thing that actually tastes. You know, the best thing about actual cheesecake you get in the United States, which where all good food comes
Where it was
from,
invented. Yeah.
where all the history comes from, is that it tastes like none of those things. Cheesecake does not taste like cheese or cake.
Nope.
It tastes like a fluffy pie that's made of
Pure fat.
pure fat.
sugar.
And sugar. Yeah. Pure
But-
sugar fat.
But Japan figured out how to make it taste like cheese and cake.
Why?
Because they're scientists. Yeah.
Science?
Because they read the menu wrong and said, "Oh, cheesecake."
Yeah. Well, right. Well, I mean, how do you do that? You make it fluffy. You make it taste like cheese. Nope. No, thank you. No, thank you. And they do that right, but like I think the moral of your story was you respect them for doing something right, even if you were
No.
too adventurous to really enjoy it.
I was very into everything I ate in Japan.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, a lot of it came from 7-Eleven.
Yes, actually, that's one thing that I recognize in Japan too. Is like
7-Eleven is
That's
not
the most challenging concept, I think, is
No,
like
it isn't.
a vending machine or a gas station.
It is not the same entity that you expect
Yeah.
from the United States.
Right.
everything's fresh. They actually give a shit if you die.
There is a noodle aisle, like an entire aisle for noodles.
Yeah.
The curious thing about that
Instead of
is,
chips.
for a while, the Japanese company owned a 7-Eleven back in the 80s, like up until the mid 90s, I think.
Oh, where?
No, a Japanese corporation bought all of 7-Eleven.
Oh, actually, you own 7-Eleven
yeah,
in general.
between like 87 and 90 something, I think. Yeah. I know, 'cause
Sharp
my-
uptick in customer happiness.
Well, my parents both worked for 7-Eleven at the time.
Ah, okay. that's
and one
right.
of them they both got laid off. Thanks, Japan.
Yes.
Wow.
Detroit all over again, right?
Yeah.
What was the
The
name?
Slurpee lobbyists didn't have enough power.
Big Slurpee.
Big gulp.
Big gulp. Oh, yeah. Why did I go for that?
It was just too obvious.
I'm here for you, buddy.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Adam, is there a food that you
I
you thought was
haven't-
risky to try?
I haven't had it yet, but I think you and Andrea did. It's that
Balut.
balut, yeah. And I would.
Balut is
Like, I'm an adventurous eater. Like I will fucking try, especially if you've been like you're a culture that's been doing it for 3,000 years.
Yeah.
I figure you got to know something, right?
I mean, it's the same reason I keep trying Kanye, though. Like, I know I'm wrong.
Right. I'm not saying it's not insanity.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But like the balut thing, there's
What is that?
So balut is a semi-fermented duck egg that you then boil again. It's like literally the fetus is not dead, not alive, but just still there, and you eat it.
Oh.
Yeah. The problem I have is a lot of them still have like they already have feathers.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
And
yeah.
that is the one thing that I'm kind of like I don't really want to eat feathers.
We brought some balut home. We tried a couple in different varieties. Like, I know for a fact now that the only way to enjoy balut is probably get someone else to cook it for me because I'm obviously not good at it.
Or someone else to eat it.
But I will tell you this: when you can separate the beak of your food, it changes your entire perspective about what you're eating. Feet are fine. Feathers, I don't give a shit about. Like, I mean, whatever.
So you're a beak man, huh?
I mean, it's just yeah,
That's like eating hair.
yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, hair's gross, right? We all agree with that.
And I'm willing to reckon that feathers are just as gross.
Well, sure. Yeah.
I would still try it though, because why not?
Yeah, we just have to have it. Like, when you're coming to Vegas in a couple of weeks, so when we go to Vegas, we'll find the place to do it together. So
I was going to ask Billy.com until he excused himself silently.
recused. Yeah.
I'm going to go with excuse.
Sure. Bathroom breaks.
A Seattle thing. Gooey duck.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
The gooey duck.
You guys know of it.
Spelled geoduck, right?
Yeah, geoduck.
Yeah. That's a penis, right?
It's basically a giant penis. Yeah.
Well, it's a sea penis.
It's a mollusk.
Yeah.
That
But
looks
it only grows in lives in Puget Sound area, and it looks like a giant penis.
It does look like a big old dong.
Have you had that?
No, I was asking you if you guys. I was going to ask him because
Ask him
he's
before,
from
yeah,
Seattle.
Seattle,
but-
yeah.
and since you guys, are adventurous foodierers,
Well, sure.
I would never touch that because I don't eat penis.
Well, I mean, so is there something that you've tried, like you thought, well, I fine, do this?
Pate, actually.
Oh, pate's awful.
Yes, it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, by itself, sure, but you can put it like on a
I don't know what to
little
put on.
toasted piece.
I don't know what to put pate on to make it taste like.
Like little pieces of toasted bread and shit.
I mean, I tried that. Like, it just tastes like.
Well, the way I was in a really, really expensive restaurant in Vegas. And
What
it
is
was
it a pate of specifically?
It's duck livers.
Oh, so it's duck liver.
Traditional
Yeah.
pate.
yeah.
But the dish just came with here's like a chunk of chicken and here's some greens and then it was a side like it's shoved on the plate. Here's pate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Same thing. I'm like, fuck it, I'll try it. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
He's back now. You can ask him.
Gooey duck.
Oh my God, Washington clams.
Yeah, have you eaten it?
They're humongous.
Have you had it?
Oh, of course. They're delicious.
Yay!
They're delicious.
They are
Really?
delicious. Okay.
Gooey ducks are amazing.
They don't look amazing.
No, they're grotesque.
One of God's ugliest creatures.
and to hunt them, which I've actually done, there's a thing called a clam gun.
Okay.
It's a tube with a hole. Like you go on the beach and you look for the clam holes where they breathe.
Okay.
And then you sink this tube into the sand.
It's not a small tube either.
No, it's a giant tube. You plug the hole and pull basically a soil sample out of the beach.
Okay.
Giant
And you're
suction
trying to catch this gooey duck, which is a gigantic clam.
Yeah.
And if you miss, which I have, of course,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
they escape into the sand like faster than you're just like, you've done all this effort. You're pulling this huge archaeological tube of sand out of the beach, and here's this clam that's just like, I'm out.
Yeah.
You're not
not today, Franklin.
Yeah, you're not gonna eat me.
This guy's going to put some posts here. I got to get out of his way.
But if you catch one, it's very delicious.
I mean, it's a huge clam is what I'm hearing, right? So, like, clam's awesome.
Clam?
Yeah. Yeah, I like clam.
I like clam.
Fried up. Let me eat it.
Nope.
Okay.
Put
Well,
some
blue
butter
was
on
my
it.
answer. If anyone's curious, like, blue was my answer. Like,
The thing you did not think you would enjoy.
Sea
yeah,
snot.
because I really just enjoyed the experience of a thing, and honestly, it wasn't that bad. But I knew for a fact that I was not able to prepare it correctly. Like it was the hope. It was the hope of.
I think they also intentionally leave out the details of how one goes about eating it.
Well, it's never sold in a place where they care about the instructions. They just assume what's that Daruma or not Daruma? What's the
Durian fruit?
Yeah. Like there's no
IKEA.
there's no there's no instructions on how to eat durian. But
The instructions are don't.
yeah, the
Yes,
instructions
that
are
durian
yeah.
is correct.
Yeah, it's just big sign. Cross out through something.
How did you get near it?
Right.
Like, how did you even get near it?
How'd you find this place?
Oh man, my brother found frozen durian ice cream bars in a store in Hawaii,
See, I would try that.
but it would still taste like pus, wouldn't it?
Oh.
No, that's not that fruit.
That's a different thing.
Yeah, no, durian is the stinkiest fruit in the world.
Yeah, it just smells like dead.
No,
shit.
that's the thing I touched. And
That's
I
the
had to wash up.
Plus,
my-
fruit is different than
It's-
yeah.
Well, then which was the stinkiest? 'Cause-
Well, right. It's even worse than apparently. It's like it literally is like every time I've seen it, it's sold in double bubble plastic wrap. Like it comes in this thing, and then above that is like a case, and I think there's like even a key, like the president and like the
biohazard.
Yeah,
sticker
it's
on
like the
it.
Right,
it's like the
right.
Malort of fruit.
yes.
Like
Yeah.
1% of the population loves it.
So I just heard you can have a durian beer or
No.
durian flavored.
I am not sold on any of these products.
Yeah, I hear it, it's bad enough that it'll ruin alcohol. Like,
It'll turn vodka. This is guns bad.
It's actually used in interventions like a lot actually.
Oh, you're an alcoholic. Drink this.
Yeah.
I'm never drinking again.
you want to talk, you gotta hold the durian.
Do you believe in a higher power now?
No, because no gutters making this. It would smell this bad.
If there is one, he clearly hates us.
He's the sickest son of a bitch ever.
The durian paradox. God either doesn't exist or he hates us.
Or he's the sadist.
right.
It's kind of the same thing.
It's all relative.
Well,
Yeah. I don't know. Who
durian
knows?
relative.
you've already talked about a clam that's so big that it could like damage your face.
Yeah, that's the other part of it. They are huge.
Huge.
They get like what 3-4 feet long or something
It
crazy.
is a ridiculously big clam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a ridiculously inane name.
Yeah, and Dick
Gooey
is also
duck.
part of it.
That was
Gooey duck.
It was Geoduck.
Yeah,
Geoduck.
The G duck.
Sure.
but they're gooey.
Yeah. I mean, I'll try it. I'll try it. I will regret one thing once, or anything once.
If you can catch them, they're worth it.
Fucking hideous.
What?
Fuck, it has a stupid little shell, like it's.
Oh, you look. There's the picture of it, huh?
the dick tongue that is its body, like giant, enormous, terrifying.
It's
like,
all clam, no shell.
Why do you? It has, but it's just busting out of the shell on all sides. Like, why is the shell there?
Like for me, like it's all clam. Fuck that shell. I'm not trying to eat the shell.
I'm just curious as to why it exists with the shell. What's the point?
What is it trying to protect itself from? It's obviously very
Yeah.
fast. Yeah.
It's so
when 80% of its actual body is exposed?
Yeah.
The shell's not really doing
Yeah,
it
that's the
much
point.
good.
Yeah.
aerodynamics for digging into
That's
the
where he
ground.
keeps his junk.
It's where my wallet, my keys, and stuff are, man.
Isn't that macroevolution where like it shouldn't exist, but it's too fast to not exist anymore? It has two defensive mechanisms. One is being crazy fast, and the other one like not knowing how to hide. Not a Fillmore man. Let's take a break. We'll come back after this.
Wipe the dust off the canvas and wait till we break.
No. Vote yes on my wallet is what I'm saying.
Nights do what I feel and what a nice mood. A bad boom rock, we're here to rock you. It's like, damn, what a vibe. Woo. I got
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hey!
Segment 4, the final 4.
You ever heard of Hugh Jackman?
You ever heard of Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
You like Paul Wint?
Yeah.
You like touching?
There's a George Wendt thing there. You like George Wendt? You like George Wendt eating beans? We are still in Don's Depot in Austin, Texas. It was an Animaniacs joke or a Tiny Toon joke. Who cares?
Animaniacs is now on Netflix.
It is, yeah. I can't watch it. Even though I loved the fuck out of it as a kid, I just can't watch it.
Why? You have ADHD.
The animation...
It's like perfect for you.
No, over.
That reminds me of something completely different.
Well played.
So the toast segment, we wrap some stuff up. I think, Dylan, you said something earlier about having a Sharknado.
Sharknado 4, the
Yeah.
fourth awakens.
Yeah.
It was actually Sharknado, the fourth awakens.
Of course, yeah.
They announced release date and cast
Yeah.
for some people. Release date is July 31st? Yes.
I think he said third. Yeah.
So, again, they start production June 7th.
Of course, yeah, June 7th. If you're in the Austin area, or if you're even in the Texas area, anywhere in Texas, or actually anywhere in the world, because if you don't live that far out of Texas, you might as well just
You might as well just be anywhere else in the
Right,
world.
right.
It takes just as long to leave Texas as it does to fly from Europe.
Right. Since the first Sharknado movie, we've been doing these events at Jackalope. Get people together,
Live
and watch some
viewing
things.
parties.
We got a floating balloon shark that can actually fly if he doesn't actually fly into the sky or whatever. Like we have to tie down. Named Pope Tim, and we'd like to, if you're interested, come have some drinks. We'll give you some free drinks, and you can watch the train wreck as it happens.
Yeah, we'll have a little viewing thing. We're not doing a show. We're just having a viewing party.
It's good times.
Viewing party and a live tweet thing.
Yeah.
It's good
But come
times.
hang out.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
We'll have details in the future.
Yeah.
Just when I thought Quantum Leap was at its peak.
Sharknado 4 happened.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Wow. A whole new event.
Oh no, Bakula has that sweet NCIS money now. He's never doing a Sharknado movie.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Speaking of that, Law and Order was a Law and Order. Dylan, you watched The Flash, right?
I do watch The Flash.
Barry Allen's surrogate dad, the black gentleman. I was at the Jackalope earlier, and I saw him on an episode of Law and Order.
Well, apparently
think-
every single actor who's ever lived in New York in the past 25 years has been on an episode of Law and Order.
Okay, so it's not that exciting.
Ice-T,
In
Ice-Cube.
in many cases, they play different characters.
At the same time?
No, in different episodes, different seasons.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, so not the bad guy. They're like some. Yeah.
No, it's kind of like a running joke in the New York acting community that Law and Order is kind of like a rite of passage if you're a film student. At some point, you go to the
First, you're the dead. You're
what's
the dead guy.
the James Lipton School, whatever that school is. You go to do that. You go to what's
I feel like
Sunny
that's,
or whatever.
That's part of the Kimmy Schmidt
yeah,
thing.
yeah. You go to Columbia University, you get your film degree, then at some point you have to be on Law and Order as a corpse or a victim or rapist or
yeah.
DA number 6.
The second time, you're a corpse.
Yeah.
The third time, you're a corpse.
Yeah.
The fourth time, you're an extra.
I'm getting better. I think the blow gave me psychic powers.
That happens with cocaine, right?
You're doing so
that's
well.
real, yeah.
Doing nothing.
The best at doing nothing, and doing nothing at all. For you, for your insurance needs.
Sharknado. Yeah,
But
come hang out.
yeah.
Come see Gary Busey as Tara Reid's dad. That's such a natural fit that it just really works for me. I like that.
They both have the same skin.
And the same weird.
Sure. Yeah. It should have been Nick Cage, though, right?
Oh, they can't afford Cage.
Or like maybe that's the brother.
You also can't put Cage and Busey in a room.
Yeah, the universe would implode.
Which is
Right.
kind of sad in a way.
Yeah, it's known.
Although it's also
That's actually what you're voting on in Prop 1.
yeah. Oh yeah. To keep or repeal.
Right.
To end this world or let it continue.
The Busey Cage debacle.
Yeah. Well, Cage is also making like 77 movies a year now, direct to video. So
Well,
he's
right.
busy.
Right.
Oops.
He's got to pay for those dinosaur skulls somehow.
Oh boy.
Fucking
Well, so you guys, you and our Marvelologist,
Yes.
Donnie, both saw Civil War.
We did, yeah.
Captain
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
And good praise so far. Everyone says it's great.
Yeah.
They
Very-
got Spider-Man right.
Very good.
Finally?
There was actually a moment because Alamo likes to do cheeky stuff. At the beginning of it, they actually took scenes from the other Avengers movies and put them in black and white, and then did a Ken Burns style thing and did Marvel Civil War directed by Ken Burns, and they actually had some Civil War narration on top of it. So
My dearest Black Widow.
yeah, dearest Bucky. But there was even moments where, like, in the original Ken Burns documentary about Civil War, there was like a conversation was like, and then while we're on the battlefield, like a bunny hopped into the field, whatever. And so they took the scenes from Avengers and had the Hulk holding like a bunny just to keep it in whatever. Like, and then they showed like this grisly old picture of a dude who's like sketching the battle as it goes on, and then it shows a picture of Captain America punching Tony Stark and like as a comic strip, you know, like it's cute. It's really cute.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, they know
Dearest
what to do.
Bucky,
Yeah.
I write you today to tell you of the moment of clarity I had in the trenches.
I don't know when I'll see you again, but I hope it's sooner than you remember me. Cigarette. That was cute. The movie was good. Honestly,
Bruce Banner succumbed to consumption today.
there was another scene. It actually, like, and this isn't spoilers, but there's actually a scene where a young Robert Downey Jr. shows up,
Like they
like they did with Chris Evans. And it's even better than they did with Chris Evans. Like, fucking blew my mind.
Well,
like,
did they just take footage from any of the movies he's been making the past 45 years?
no.
He was young once.
Yeah, well, yeah. Once, only one time. Yeah, and then Burger King, I guess.
Well, actually, it came out of the egg. Exactly as he is now.
The egg. The egg that- from which we're all
Facial
born.
hair and everything.
The less than zero
was a huge success for the lab.
algorithm. I'm confused.
Jurassic Stark.
Life finds a man.
What's less than zero? I don't know.
Life, where's my rum?
True story.
But no, it was good. Obviously, this is the return of Spider-Man to a competent studio.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this is the first time that he's actually been able to be in a Marvel
Yes,
jam.
in an MCU jam because he's a Fox product, not a Sony product, right? I can't remember.
I thought he was a Sony Fox.
He's a sexy Fox. Well,
Just kidding.
But yeah, like they did that right. Like they went with the ultimate side of Spider-Man, where he's like a 16-year-old kid who like kind of doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing, but he's like super strong, you know.
That's a good version of Spider-Man.
And
I
then
like
Paul Rudd coming back as Ant-Man, and like I said, Ant-Man stole the show.
Paul Rudd.
Scenes I can't talk about. He has the best line in the movie, in my opinion. But I'm also, I also fuck Paul Rudd. So
Oh, he's in my vibe.
of course, he is my five.
If it wasn't for dinosaurs having good cocaine, there wouldn't be so many movies. Jurassic Park, like dinosaurs have the best cocaine.
I'm gonna let you keep going with this because I want to know where it's going.
No.
Okay.
I'm not trying to call anyone out. Like
That's going to be the starter of the show. right
legally, I have limits on how I get.
Well, I mean, this episode's now called Snortosaurus Rex. So you did that.
I'll get to work on the art.
Thank you.
Pumpadactyl.
Thanks, Paul Rudd.
But it was good. I want everyone to see it. And like, you know, I don't know if people really loved it because it was not Batman vs Superman. But I don't know. Objectively, like, really good. Yeah, just really good. Everyone go see it. Or don't. I don't give a shit.
It'll make $1 billion regardless. so.
Yeah, we sure will.
With or without you.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I hope it does.
So is this just like one more nail in the coffin for DC ever doing anything that works ever? Or
Well, you know that the response to Batman vs Superman is a bunch of directors doing the Flash movie, the Aquaman movie, something
God.
else. They're backing
Don't go
out.
swimming.
They're backing out of the cinematic universe that DC is trying to build. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But isn't Aquaman already like in production?
Well, I mean, they all are really like, but the biggest one is Flash, because Flash can be really sad, but Flash is also like kind of the version of the.
Well, as long as they just
he's
do
the
the-
only funny character.
If they just do the TV version and make a movie out of it instead of trying to recast it.
Oh, I know, but they can't do that. They can't do that.
If they do Aquaman, it's got to be like Finding Nemo. Like just
Finding
just
finding
keep
Drogo, I
swimming,
guess.
just
Right,
keep
right,
swimming,
right,
just keep swimming. Please never do an Aquaman movie.
No, they're already making it.
Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah, Khal Drogo is
it's so
Aquaman.
bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, as far as like, I'm not a huge Aquaman fan by any
I
means.
like him being Aquaman. That really
But if you're gonna, he's good for it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I love that. Oh, any problems with all the swimming? I'm Hawaiian. Like, that was his answer.
He shoots circles from his brain.
Yeah, but the thing about Flash is like funny character. He's quick-witted.
He
That's
is.
his whole thing. He's fast, quick-witted. But that does not exist in a Snyder universe. And Snyder has
That
built
is true.
of these two movies.
That is actually the best way of
dark
looking at it.
exploitation. One more, please.
Yeah, in Marvel, you always have some humor somewhere.
Yeah.
Even in
Yeah.
the darkest
Yeah.
movies, there's always a little bit of a
Yeah.
wink and a nudge somewhere.
Yep.
But yeah, you're right. Zack Snyder, I'm truest to the page.
Yeah, the funniest fucking line in all those movies was not a funny line. That I thought she was with you. Like, fuck.
Yeah, that was.
seriously.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of having a dark side with these things, but
Well, if you're gonna do that, do Nolan.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and even in Christopher Nolan movies, there's once in a while there's a little bit of wink. There's
Sure.
always something.
Sure. Yeah.
Michael Caine had a few zingers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and Alfred always should have fusing.
Yeah, that's Alfred. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, in Jeremy Irons was decent Alfred.
Yeah.
For the 13 minutes they paid him to be on screen.
Sure.
Like they really, I'm pretty sure that they said, "Hey, Irons, here's a couple $1 million and a bottle of scotch. Just say some stuff for like 10 minutes, and then you're out of here."
Like I want to hear Snyder say, "Oh no," because he did walk into the Lazarus pit like Alfred. That's the reason why he looked younger than Ben Affleck did. That's stupid. Like why was this Alfred his brother? Whatever. I just had enough beers that I became too specific. So it's time to wrap this up. The goat on my watch says it's time to meet your goal. Fighting for. No. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for coming and hanging out with us. Dylan, Canfield, Billy, whatever damn name is, Canfield. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, man.
Thank you.
Glad you came. Adam, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. man.
Absolutely, I'm glad to be here.
Glad you came. Dylan, thanks for helping me run the show.
I'm glad to be here.
If you like the show, you want to know more about the show, you can go to Drunkass Live.
Wow.
Drunkasslive.com.
Special effects.
Special
Practical.
You went J.J. Abrams on us right there.
That's the lens flare equivalent of a microphone. Drunkasslive.com. We're at facebook.com/drunkasslive. We are on the Twitter area as at Drunkasslive.
We're on your Twitter area.
We are Drunkass Live Pics on Instagram. We are on the Google Store.
Is that PICS or PIX?
PICS.
Good.
iTunes Store. We're on the Google Play Store. Go to drunkcastlive.com/Google if you want to subscribe to that.
So many things.
It's a lot of things. It is a lot of things. Most of it's actually on the iTunes Store. If you go to the iTunes Store and actually vote us up a little bit.
And Stitcher.
Well, Stitcher's there too, but like Stitcher's just a way to get it. On the iTunes Store is where if you vote or
If you're
comment,
cool, you'll go there.
if you plus it up, then it actually helps us grow as a community or whatever. You know, more people will find it. You know, it's good. And 412-440-7468. 412-440-SHOT. That's for Ron Workman. He told me to slow down when I say that. Questions at drunkasslive.com. That number you can call, you can text, or you can do the third thing, which is fuck off.
We are going to be in Las Vegas.
Yeah, next week we're not having a show, but we will be in Las Vegas the half a week after
May
that.
18th.
May 18th, yeah.
So
Not
email us, text us,
Yeah.
not having
tweet at us.
Yeah.
Tell us to do something, come hang out.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Your Vegas area. If you want to go to the Vegas area, we can do some stuff.
Basically, we're doing Drunkcast in Vegas.
We're finally doing Drunkcast in Vegas. We've been wanting to do that for a while. And it'd be really nice. But yeah, of course, before that, I'm going to Chicago. I'm just going to have a really nice time, not regretting my Sundays.
Whacker Street. That's all I have to say.
Is
in regards
Whacker-
to Chicago?
Is that Chicago?
Yeah, Whacker Street.
Whacker Street.
It exists. Whacker Street.
Is that big reductionist? Is that a place that exists, or do you just hate Chicago so
as
much
a
you're like
former bike messenger, Whacker Street.
Whacker Street?
It exists.
Wait. Okay.
It does.
You will be on Whacker Street at some point.
All right.
Damn, it's like some Stephen King shit. You're saying like
That is whack.
I'm just letting you know.
whack. You're
It's
just
like,
whacking me.
it's
Yeah.
when you're in the Dallas area,
Whacking
you're
me mole. Yeah.
like you're gonna run into that one street. Like I can't remember the name. but-
Fremont?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Vegas Avenue.
Yeah, it's one
Martin
of those.
Boulevard.
Martin Luther King Boulevard. Yeah.
It's not as fun as Whack-A-Mole.
Nothing is, man. Nothing is.
Never
Chicago's
forget.
cool. Don't listen to him.
No, I'm saying it's
Also,
gonna
don't
be,
get shot.
It's gonna be fun.
Be nice if I got shot.
Aw.
If I could be there, I would be.
Yeah.
I thought I went out of my way when I was in Chicago, but I didn't even get shot at. Like,
That is a good story.
You didn't try hard enough.
Damn.
God.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm Travis, and we love you so much for listening to this episode, and we will see you in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.
Come to let you know what the deal is.
Bitcoins, pepperoni.
Why is this happening?